So welcome to the weekly Zoom call. I do want to, congratulate someone, our guest of honor, which is Malia. Malia, congrats first and foremost for winning school leaderboard this month. First month, like I want to mention, is Adrian Lopez, and then month two um, was Mauricio, and then month three is Malia. And I don't want to, discredit Oscar because Oscar's on the leaderboard of all time. Okay, so I don't know how that is because I don't know for the past 2 months you kind of fell off a little bit, but you're still on the leaderboard. So maybe you're being creative with the post or something. But I know the algorithm from Skool is just and you post something and people comment, right? You're climbing up, and I see like Miguel's climbing up, and I want you guys to just take this, and I'm being just trying to be honest. Like you don't have to post 5 or 10 times a day. You can post one real well thought out post, and then that'll get more engagement than you posting 5 or 10 times. All right, because it's all a strategic. Right, we're playing a game of chess, not checkers. So if you can think about something profound, right, really dive in and write it, you'll have more engagement on that post. And if you show receipts, even better. Okay. So just something for everyone, right? Because I see some people posting, and don't get me wrong, it is valuable, but then you'll see like it only got 2 comments, it only got 3 likes. But you might think of it like, well, if I do 5 of those, that's 5 comments and like 10 likes, I'm just playing this game. All right. So just one thing. So Malia, what you won was the 1% mentorship. So we'll grant you access, and that's Monday calls at 12. All the calls are recorded, and for whatever reason, if you can't make it, uh I'll make some time so we can get you a 20K card, and stuff like that. All right. So everyone in the 1%, the goal is to get you your first 20K card. All right. That's the goal. And if you guys don't know how to access that, go into classrooms, and then you go to mentorship, and then it's 1%. And then if you could do a split payment, you can pay it in two. All right. Because on these calls, right, and I was talking to my team, right, we're giving you guys a lot of value. And that's why it's keeping away from you guys joining the mentorship. You see what I mean? Because you guys feel like, hey, these calls, I'm in them for $37 a month. I'm getting so much value. I don't got to join a mentorship, but the mentorship is more time valuable than money, right? That's what it is. Because I can answer your questions more tailored. Like I said, I don't answer DM questions. So don't try to DM me. If you're in the 1% and you do ask me a DM, I will respond to those because I want to help you guys. Not to say that I don't want to help the regular Skool members. It's just that there's so many of you, and I want to make sure time's allotted, right? So Malia, congrats to that. I'll make sure you're added to all that, and we're gonna go ahead and begin. Give me 1 second. Oh, you know what? Before we start, I'll pick 3 people. Just raise your hand if you have any wins. It can be, hey, I got my first um 10K card. Hey, I opened up Navy Federal finally. Any wins someone wants to share, go ahead and do so. No one got wins? Everybody losing in here? I did a play. I see a lot of people winning in the in the Skool, and then no one wants to say nothing, huh? Nobody got wins.
I say something goes.
I did my first pledge loan.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, Miguel. You go first, Miguel, real quick. Sorry, because
because I was, you guys helped me with building my credit and continue to build my credit. I was able to get 2 car loans at the same time, below 4%, at least one, and purchased the other one. So because of that, it opened up on the doors for opportunity and business, and I really like that. So
okay,
was able
nice.
to do that.
So
So
are those personal cars for you, or are you trying to put one on Turo maybe just to kind of like get an extra source? Are you looking at?
because I'm trying to market the credit repair business too, I actually do Lyft, and that's how I'm getting the word out for Skool and trying to help this community out. So I do Lyft. My wife drives the other one.
Okay, got you, got you. Now, Lyft is pretty much like the same as Uber, right? Okay. Since you have two cars, I would try to just, I mean, like I said, and this is what I'm gonna go at before I just dive into this, because I want you to see something. And thank you for adding that real quick, because I think people don't see this, right? So hold on real quick. All right, so hold on. And I hate, all right. So this is what I would do, right? Because I don't think people try this enough. And hold on, I'll show you. Hold on. All right. So I'm a big fan of Robert Kiyosaki. If you guys don't know, Rich Dad Poor Dad, he was also a Marine captain, right? So if you failed, that means you're doing something, right? If you're doing something, you have a chance, right? So that's good that you're doing Lyft, but I am more on the mindset that you can make more money probably renting out your car, right? And on Turo, depending on the car that you have, it might be a hot commodity, right? So you got to keep this in mind. Sometimes there's people that have bad credit and they cannot get a car. So they can only rent it, right? I need a car for a week or two just to get me by to my next check or something like that, right? So there's opportunity there. Now, I'm not saying that you put it on Turo and you're going to get rentals off the back, right? But if you price it low enough where it's making you money, right? Like they can rent your car for 3, 4 days and you might get, $200, 300 first, because Turo has a lot of fees. So you're not going to make this crazy money. But if it pays the car and you have a little extra, and I'm just saying that because you have two cars, but I mean, you having the credit, Miguel, two things too, right? You have the auto loans, right? Like risking getting another car for that specific reason, or you can get another car so someone can rent it for Uber or Lyft themselves. So they'll pay you weekly so they can, make money, right? So that's the whole, plot of that because, in this society, people are losing jobs left and right, and they always want another opportunity, right? You make them sign a contract. Hey, bro, you're getting the car rented out for a week. Anything happens, you're responsible, right? This is how I'm leaving you the car. Any dents, you're responsible, and all you got to do is pay me, $500 a week, right? You'll have it for 7 days, and hopefully, the goal is that person's gonna do Uber Eats, all this kind of stuff. Because I know some people on Uber Eats, they could make decent money, 400, $500 a day. So that's the kind of person you want to attract, but it's all word of mouth at first if you don't have a social media, presence. So, but thank you for sharing that one. Anyone else have any other wins? I think someone else said something and then Miguel went for. Was that Lonnie? No.
What
That
happened?
was me. Like 3 days ago, I opened a pledge loan and I just paid it off today, the third day. So I paid 90% today.
Okay, nice. Who said that? Sorry.
It's me, Heriberto.
Oh, okay. I see you. I see you. Nice, man. So okay. So you did a pledge loan a couple days ago, and then now you just finished it off. You put 90%, and then now what's the balance?
I left 100.
Okay, cool. And then you do the dollar a month?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Perfect. Okay, cool. So now you're gonna see like in 30 days, your score is gonna go up an extra 20 points. All right. I say
Okay.
20 to 30, but that's just using your money to get more of a boost on your credit, right? Is key. All right. So real quick, before I go into the thing, there's another quote that I like. And your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. All right. We've always said, hey, I'm gonna pull this off till next week, right? Who said like right now, I'm gonna buy a house next year when the rates drop? right? And then like 5 years later, rates ain't dropping. It's in a worse situation. Property's up. Okay, so just remember that everything that we do will be risky, but if there's no risk, there's no reward. Okay, and when people say, hey, how much should I invest, or when should I start investing? Anytime you have money, just invest in you, whatever that is. If you have extra money, invest in yourself, right? Because that's the biggest ROI.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and don't get like, because remember I said this before, and I just want this to sink. When we invest, we think we're getting poorer, right? When we go to the gym for the first time, we feel like we're getting weaker, and then we learn something new, we feel like we're getting dumber. Just keep that in mind, though. But we're not. You're actually getting stronger,
Yep.
right? You're actually getting richer, right? And you're actually getting smarter. I'm sure you guys that have barely been in school, right, for like 2 or 3 months, you're probably way smarter now than you were prior to joining. And
That's
that
right.
and that's a big wake up call, right? Because I would have wished I would have known this in my 20s, because I would be farther ahead, right? And that's so just on you guys. Like you guys committed. You guys committed to showing up. Right now we have 200 members in Skool, and there's only like 20 or 22 on this call. You know what I'm saying? And I understand like people got different hours, and some people are driving home from school or work, right? And the commitment is there. Like I always see Rosie, you know, coming off work, and she'll chime in, when she can. And that's good. She knows that every time she shows up, you know, she's learning something new or taking away from something. But remember, if we don't take action on anything, this call is just useless. So cool, cool, cool. So today we're going to talk about credit unions and which credit bureau they pull from, right? I'm big on, obviously, there's no secret, I'm big on Navy Federal. However, there's other credit unions that pretty much have the same effect like Navy Federal. You just got to know what they are, where they pull from, right? What are their data points? Okay, so data points is okay, 680 credit score, less than 5 inquiries, credit utilization is 1 to 6%. Okay, I just got a close friend, okay, 15,000 on a credit union, 15,000. And I'll tell you which credit union it was. Unfortunately, it's only for Riverside people in California. It's called Altura Credit Union. Okay, so Altura Credit Union gave her 15,000. First highest limits credit card. I think they're second because I got them a $3,000 credit card from Citibank. But had they not fixed their credit, they would not be in that position. Okay, so they got 15,000, from Altura. And I want you guys to be honest with me on this one, because I feel like some of you guys are in school, but you're not really there. And what I mean by that is you're in the feed page, but you're not in the classroom, right? You haven't watched the videos, you haven't taken notes, and I can see the percentage of people who've watched and who hasn't watched. I think Malia's watched everything, Olivia's watched everything, right? To an extent that she has access to. Um, and that's powerful, right? That's like they're really committed to this, right? And that's what it takes. Like before I go to bed, I'm watching a podcast. When I wake up in the morning, I'm listening to something regarding growth. Like there's nothing else. Okay, so now this is the question I'm gonna ask you. You guys can put in the chat. Okay, who has seen this picture? And you can put in the chat. Okay, cool, cool. So, all right. So, all right, a couple people say yes, a couple people say no. So, this picture is where it says Econ Bulldog Gems. All right. And it just gives you a little outline of what credit union pulls from what. And it's in the school, So now, if those of you that have, right, like have any of you try to build a relationship with any of these credit unions, right? That's the next question. Because I'll tell you which one are top three, and I'm not going to put Navy Federal because I would put that top first. Okay. And the one we're going to talk about today is not even on here. But my top three, looking at this, like high credit, okay. Langley, and then PSECU, like Miguel. That one right there for you, because I think you're on the East Coast. I don't know if you're in Connecticut or something. PSCU is Pennsylvania, I think. That one, bro, high limits. 10, 20,000 off the rip. And that one, you probably just need a 680 credit score. So we got Langley, PSCU, and then First Tech. I like NASA, but then NASA sometimes asks you for tax documents. Right? And if you're putting 154,000, whatever the number is, you got to prove it. Okay, but NASA, you can actually do a pre-qualify on NASA. Okay. And that's another thing. Okay. Which credit unions do pre-qualify? Because remember, pre-qualify, zero inquiry. It's a soft pull. We don't want any hard inquiries. All right. We don't want any hard inquiries unless we know what? That we're going to get the card. Then we'll accept it. Okay. So take a picture of this, screenshot this, whatever you need. And do me a favor, take a picture of this and then tag me on IG. And so has anyone tried applying for any of these? Anyone in the chat? Like, I know Rosie says she has, but been unsuccessful.
Yeah, I have.
Which one? Which one have you got?
I got a service credit union.
Oh, nice. And then how was that one?
Um, it's been all right. I haven't. I just
Yeah,
got a
right.
checking account and a savings account. That's how I got in with a savings and checking.
Oh, nice. And then Eric, you're out of where are you at? Up north, or what state are you in?
Yeah, I'm in Montana.
Oh shit. Okay, Montana. Okay, cool. All right, so you got service. Oh, I'm sorry. And then Andrews. Andrews is another one. All right. And then remember, Eric, shout out to you because I know you put in that 1% thing that we did. And that was good that you blessed the free community on how to get that. That was dope. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
sometimes people, because I can say it all day, but when another person does it, it just creates a momentum, right? Right. And that's what it is. Right. Everything, like, when it comes to running the fastest mile, right? I think it was like 2 minutes and 20 seconds. That was the fastest mile. And no one can beat it until someone beat it. Right. So nothing's impossible until someone does it. Right. So shout out to you so now take a picture of this. No, because what I'm getting where I'm getting at with this is, guys, if your best score is Equifax, we got to tackle Equifax. All right. Oh yeah. That was Penn. That was a long time ago. But you tried once and then you gave up on everything else. But yeah, PenFed, it was just probably like an Equifax thing. I don't think it was a PenFed thing.
I tried more than once. I just didn't give up.
Okay. So yeah, so if your highest score is on TransUnion, then I'm gonna go after everything on TransUnion. Okay. And then same thing with Experian. All right. We have to play the game. Don't just apply to apply. Right. You have to know where your highest credit score is because this will limit your inquiries. Because you can get 6 credit cards with 2 inquiries. Because there will be 2 inquiries on each bureau. But some people don't know, they'll apply, and then they'll have 6 inquiries on one bureau. And they'll get denied by 3. Right? So that's the game that you have to play. All right, this next slide is I want you guys to capture this one. Okay. So these are all the credit unions that will give you a pre-qualification. So right now, you guys can get off this call and then pre-qualify for all these, and then see if you get any kind of offers. If you don't get any offers, that means your credit is bad and you got to tap in with us. For those of you that are not, but I think for the most part, everyone's tapped in. I mean, these are right here. Okay. 1 second. You guys see it? So one of the ones that are not on the list, well, there's a couple, but the ones that I'm gonna talk about today is and it's kind of like I feel I'll talk about it right now, but so NASA, Alliant, pre-qualification, right? We know Navy Fed, right? You go to pre-qualify Navy Fed, Ultra, Ventura, all right, Travis Credit Union. Now, my recommendation, obviously, and I've said this before, okay, if you go to ibanknet.com and then type in your state, and if it's in the top 10, then go for it. Okay. If it's not in the top 10, then don't even, try to pre-qualify just to, like, it doesn't hurt. You're not going to hurt your credit by pre-qualifying. Okay. So ibanknet.com, you can do that. Check.
Coach,
What's up?
could I ask a question?
What's up, bro?
Do you have to open an account with the credit unions to be able to apply, or can you just apply for the credit cards?
Oh, no. It's just pre-qualify. You're good.
Okay.
So pre-qualify, yeah, you don't have to open an account. You just kind of pre-qualify. I haven't tried all of them, so you know what I mean? But for the most part, pre-qualification, the only one, obviously Navy Fed, you can't pre-qualify unless you're a member. And that's the one because you have to be associated or affiliated with someone, or if you have the script, right? And for everyone, I think hold on a second. Everyone for the most part is in Navy Fed here, right? There's no one that's not, right? Okay. All right. Give me a second. All right, cool. And then this is the one I want to talk about. So Patelco, right, is known for giving generous high limit credit card. All right, they'll give you same thing, 15 to 25K. You can pre-qualify. Right now, they're going through and kind of like a data breach, right? But they're fixing the issue. My vision is kind of like I see that when a bank usually goes through something like that, they want to give out more money so they can try to get, more clients and kind of build their revenue back up. Okay, so please, and then it has one of the highest dividends. 1 second. Sorry. Yeah, so it's got a 4.2 rating on bankrate.com. That's another thing. All right, if you go to these credit unions, check bankrate.com, and if they have higher than 4.0, all right, you're good. All right, so Patelco is definitely a credit union I want you guys to look into. And yeah, it has a high APY. Okay, so hold on 1 second. And what I was telling the 1% people when we had the class on Monday, not to take away deeply what we talked about, but it's easier to build with 3 banks if you diversify your funds, right? If you diversify your funds and plant the seed in each credit union that you want to build with, right? In 3 months, you can look at a nice little bag. All right. And that's just you planning ahead. All right. So if you think that and you play the game of chess, your money will grow with 3 banks versus 1. Because let's be real, a lot of people just have 1 bank and that's all they know. And they don't even use the services there. All they do is deposit their check there. They don't have a car loan with them, right? They don't have a mortgage with them. They don't have any services. So me opening this door to you guys, where you guys know how to build Navy Fed and get 20K in 95 days, right? Like that is big because you can just repeat the cycle with every other bank. All right, guys. So that's it for today's call. Like I said, just wanted to go over that. Tap in, take pictures. I'm gonna put the call so you guys can review this call, and then we'll see you next week on Wednesday. All right, guys. And then Malia, congrats, and I'll reach out to you so we can finalize everything. All right, guys. Have a good one.
All right, thanks.